let's move on to the next news. Now, today I want to talk about Biden versus Trump 2.0, right? So because now everything is confirmed, so it's confirmed, it's good to look into their policies, and then from there we would have a better idea, how to trade and what to expect in the event either Biden or Trump wins. Okay, so in a scenario echoing political rivalries not seen nearly 7 decades, the U.S. presidential election is poised for an unprecedented rematch between President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump, with each securing their party's nomination in a historic turn of events. Now, this development has set the political arena ablaze. I think by now you have seen Twitter, you would have seen all the social medias all erupting already. Comments are flying around. So with both contenders rigorously promoting their visions and levying criticism in the public eye, heralding an intensely contested campaign trail ahead. Now, amidst this fervent political activity, President Biden, following his clinching of the Democratic nomination, has openly criticized Trump's campaign strategy. He characterized it as a campaign of resentment, revenge, and retribution, which he argues undermines the foundation of ideals of America. We have seen this happening, and even today, um, the Twitter or X is ablaze with captions. Donald Trump saying that if he loses this elections, right, there will be bloodbath, and they were trying to say that this president is violent, but then again, the bloodbath can be reflect many things, and if you were to look at the context where Trump was talking, right, it could also mean that the economy won't do well, and all those kind of stuff. So there are many things, and politics, they like to play things up. So anyway, Trump, is he going to take this lying down? I don't think so. And so in direct response, right, Trump, foregoing immediate celebrations of his nomination, has launched a sharp attack on Biden, labeling him the worst president in US history. Trump's critique, particularly targeting Biden's handling of immigration and the challenges of the US southern border, underscores a recurring theme in his political narrative reminiscent of his 2020 campaign strategies. Now, as the campaign heats up, the economy emerges as a critical battlefield, and that's what we want to focus on today. Now, during Biden's administration, the economy has exhibited growth, with inflation rates coming down under control from 9 to 3% right now, and stock markets reaching new heights. You have seen that happening. So, however, despite these positive trends, a sense of skepticism pervades among the public, fueled by ongoing concerns over high prices for essential goods in the post-pandemic world. Now, this is not only seen in the US, but around the world as well. Now, this discontent is mirrored in the mixed polling outcome, showing a tight race, with Biden slightly ahead in some polls, while others suggest a tilt towards Trump. And today, even if you look at the Yahoo's poll, same thing, they saying that Biden's ahead, but just a minuscule. So the divergent polling data reflecting the volatile nature of voter sentiment points to an unpredictable electoral outcome. So looking ahead, the policies championed by each candidate and their respective parties hints at divergent futures for the nation. However, it's important to remember that these projections are based on broad generalizations, what I took from the past over here, okay, and the real world impacts of these policies can vary significantly, okay, just remember that. So it's divided into two scenarios. One is that what happens if Joe Biden wins the re-election in 2024, and what about Donald Trump? What happens if he wins in 2024? Okay. Now, first of all, if Joe Biden wins re-election in 2024, what do we expect? Number one, obviously, we have a continuation of current policies. So we will see this also includes emphasis on renewable energy, infrastructure spending, and increased regulation on certain industries. This could lead to sectors like renewable energy, construction and healthcare, but may pose challenges for fossil fuel and certain financial sectors. Now, in terms of market stability, market generally favors stability and predictability. A Biden win could mean a continuation of known economic policies, which might provide stability to the market, and then the market continue to rise. Now, as in terms of tax, then um, you know, Biden is going to increase corporate tax because he has proposed raising corporate taxes from 21% to 28%. If this comes to fruition, it could lead to a reduced earnings for companies, potentially negatively impact the stock market. And finally, things that Biden focuses upon is the healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors. Biden's emphasis on expanding healthcare could benefit the healthcare sector as well, though increased regulation might impact pharmaceutical companies' profitability. Okay, so this is the generalization if Biden wins. Now, what happens if Donald Trump wins, right? First of all, tax cuts and deregulation, because Trump's presidency was marked by significant tax cuts and deregulation efforts. A win could see a return of these policies, potentially boosting stock prices in the short term. The same thing when he got into power, power about like 8 years ago. Same thing, he cut then the market started to go up, only to be brought down by the COVID. Okay, so the boosting, the prices will go up, especially in sectors like finance, fossil fuels, and manufacturing. Now, in terms of trade policies, then that's a different case. Now, Trump is famous for conducting trade wars, right? So Trump's approach to trade, including tariffs and negotiations of trade deals, could reintroduce uncertainty in international trade. This will affect multinational corporation sectors relying on global supply chain. So yeah, with this trade war, we don't know. Although Biden continued the trade war with China, it's still not as prominent as Trump, the way he does things. Okay, Trump is seen to be a more um, a harder individual to deal with. Okay, because his approach is very simple: make US strong again. And he has also said, right, that stuff like this is that if he becomes a president, the next president again, he's not going to support the Ukrainian war. So it's really going to be tough for Ukraine going forward without the US support. Okay. Then next is the technology and social media regulations. Trump has criticized big tech companies and suggested changes to Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act. Changes here could impact major tech companies and social media platforms. In regards to X, right, formerly known as Twitter, we don't know because there were reports that Trump was seeking donations from Musk, right? So we don't know how true is that and whether that is. So if Elon really helps out Trump in that particular area, then yeah, probably we could see maybe escaping this whatever things that's going to come on them, because as being a Trump supporter. So we don't know. We will also see who wins at the end of the day, and then the policies when they escape. And finally, infrastructure spending. Trump has also in the past advocated for infrastructure spending, right? So which could benefit construction material sectors if he continues this policy. So this is the scenarios that if Trump wins, what to look at. Now, as a conclusion, it's important to take note that these possibilities are speculative and based on general policy trends associated with each candidate. The actual market response will depend on a wide range of factors, including specific policy details, global economic conditions, and investor sentiments at the time as well. Okay, so do take note and let's see. Okay, so who's going to win? Yeah, so maybe you can put it in the chat and let me know, who do you favor to win, or just if it's there's a third person, that would be the best. I don't know. So everyone, we'll see. Okay, you can put in the chat, we'll see.